The universal law of choices. There are two wolves within each of us, and they are always fighting. One is darkness and despair. The other is light and hope. Which will win? The one we feed. The most basic choice we have in life is whether to bring our creative expression energies out into the world in a positive or negative way. No matter what the circumstances, we have the power to choose our direction. Dan Milne. Greetings and welcome to our series on universal laws. To begin our journey together, let's take a look at one of the most active universal laws at play within our free will experience, that of the law of choice. Upon our world, humanity has the pleasure of utilizing the law of choices on a more conscious level, as most of Earth's creatures are working from a place of primal instinct, primal intuition, and genetic adaptation over time. We humans are always working with source energy, which is the form of the very fabric and foundation of all creation. And these energies are, by their nature, designed to find a way to be expressed. We as God Sparks have the unique privilege of receiving, interpreting, and managing these source energies. We also have the privilege of living with the results and consequences of our choices. This gift of trial and error offers evolving souls the opportunity to expand and grow wiser by learning the lessons that come with cause and effect. The 3 C's in life are choices, chances, and changes. You must make a choice to take a chance if you want to change some part of your life. However, the choices that you will be free to make at any given time will depend on several variables. Your choices are your responsibility. When we choose to take responsibility for our choices, we become more empowered, expanding our knowledge base and therefore expanding our source connections and potential for growth and success. When we refuse to take responsibility for our choices, we stagnate our own spiritual evolution, as those who do not learn from their mistakes are bound to repeat them. Everything in your life is a reflection of the choices that you have made. If you want different results, make new choices. So while you are always choosing how you will respond to your circumstances, you are not always choosing the circumstances themselves. Variable 1 to the law of choice, circumstances. The depth and breadth of the choices available to us at any given time will automatically and subtly be either contracted or expanded by our current set of circumstances. For example, circumstances like wealth or poverty will change the level and options available at any given time, as well as circumstances like good health or poor health. Depending on your circumstances, the human's experience can include many choices or few. What the law of choice really offers us is the ability to choose how we will respond to our circumstance at any given time. Just ask yourself, what circumstance would have to change to make difficult choices easier to make? And is this circumstance within your control to change? What if it's not chance that determines destiny? What if it's choice? How would that change the way you're looking at your life right now? Variable 2, your personal perspective. I have to versus I want to. The words have to implies no choice, which creates unnecessary resistance. You always have a choice on how you will express your creative energies, constructively or destructively. If you are safe about your choices, you don't grow, according to Heath Ledger. And the quality and the content of your thoughts and emotions can and will be reflected in your choices. All choices lead to consequences. Circumstance plus intention plus belief plus responsibility equals the choice that will be taken. What if there are no mistakes? What if there are only lessons? How would this perspective enhance your life experience? Variable 3, your beliefs. What you believe about yourself and others can and will effectively expand or limit the number of choices available to you at any time, because that is what you believe to be true. For example, if you believe that peace at any price is necessary, then you will harm yourself to avoid conflict with another. We can choose to forego pleasure if we believe it makes us more pious, or we can choose discomfort if we believe it will get us to our goals faster. Variable number 4, consequences. All choices come with consequences. The consequences that feel good, we tend to look to repeat, whereas the consequences that feel bad, we tend to try to avoid. While here in the free will zone, you get to make your own choices, but you do not get to choose your own consequences. If you don't like the consequences that your choices have led you to, you are free to choose again anytime you wish. And that leads us to variable number 5, taking personal responsibility for the consequences of your choices. That means owning your poor choices as much as your great choices. Being able to take responsibility for the consequences of your choices helps you to refine your definition of success and failure over time. The law of choices could also be called the law of consequences, and in a nutshell, the law of choice is this: we can choose how we will express and utilize co-creative source energies, being it constructively or destructively. Either way, we will have to live with the consequence of the choices we make. In essence, the law of choices addresses the soul's issue relating to our real power and not our perceived power. We as human beings are conduits for co-creative source energies, and they are surging and dynamic in quality. They exist and flow and are meant to be utilized by us in the free will zone. So ask yourself, what choices are easy and simple for you to make, and what choices are much more difficult for you? Where do you choose to grow, and where do you choose to stagnate? Becoming aware of the choices that you're making now and why you are making them will help you to determine where you may need to make a course correction moving forward. If you want to get better results, start by asking some new questions. Ask yourself, what is going right for you in your life right now? Where do you express your co-creative energy constructively? Now make another list of what's not working for you right now. What consequences are you currently living with that you would like to change? Don't hold back. Put everything on the table. Writing it out in this way will really help you to fully process later, as it can become very easy for epiphanies to get lost in major thinking storms. Now ask yourself, what do you currently believe to be true about these unpleasant circumstances or consequences that you are living with? From your current perspective, what part did your choices play in what's going on right now? And with full awareness of the consequences to certain choices that you have already made, what choices would you make differently moving forward? What choices would you like to make again? What's stopping you? What messages are you telling yourself about your potential to change an outcome by choosing a new path of expression? Become aware of where you use your positive, constructive expression and what experiences lead to a more negative expression? Since certain circumstances and consequences evoke positive responses while others evoke more negative ones, how do you express your positive feelings and how do you express your negative feelings? What would it take, or what would have to change in order for you to be able to express negative feelings in a positive way, or in a way that would lead to positive consequences, healthy change? How often do you allow yourself to make authentic choices? And how often do you require yourself to make expected choices? How do you feel about living with the consequences of both authentic choices versus expected choices? Where in your life have you been holding yourself back from making authentic choices? What is the smallest new choice that you could make today that would lead you towards the consequences that you would like to be experiencing more often? Will you choose to create or to destroy? This is your right, privilege, and honor in the free will zone. Own it, take responsibility for it, learn from it, and grow beyond who you are now into who you will become. Stay tuned for our next chapter, an examination and exploration of the law of responsibility. We thank you for taking the time to join us today. Until next time, shine on. Be sure to like and subscribe to stay posted on our next Universal Law video. WhatComesNextForYou.com. What's in your future?